My sister said there was only room for 4, so my son and I had to stand. I walked off, talked to the manager, and let them enjoy dinner. When dessert came, so did the $3,000 bill right to her table. The invite came Tuesday morning. Family dinner Friday at Marcello's. Nice place downtown, dress code. The twins are so excited to see Ben. Friday night, we arrived 5 minutes late. Traffic was brutal. I'd even bought Ben a new button-down because the last thing I wanted was to give her ammunition. The hostess led us down a hallway to a glass-walled private dining room. 8 perfectly set seats. My name wasn't on any of them. Lauren glanced up with that practiced surprise. Oh, Kyle, I thought I told you we only reserved for 8. I froze. You said to come. You gave me the time and place. She sipped her wine. I did say that, but we had to finalize the guest list for the private room. She gestured delicately. Limited seating, you know. There's only room for 4. No staff bringing extra chairs. No one scooting over. Just 8 seats, perfectly arranged like a wedding table. Ben stood next to me, clutching the homemade birthday card he'd spent 2 hours making for his cousins. His face was doing that thing kids do when they know something's wrong, but don't want to make it worse. Paul leaned back, swirling his wine glass. You really should have called ahead, man. That's when I felt it. The heat rising in my face, the familiar sting of being erased, but I didn't explode. I smiled tightly. Got it. I put my hand on Ben's shoulder and steered him back toward the main dining area. The hostess noticed us wandering. Is everything all right? Actually, I said calmly, is your manager available? 5 minutes later, I met Steve. Late 50s, sharp suit, the kind of guy who runs a tight ship. I explained what happened. No bitterness, just facts. His eyebrows furrowed. They invited you but didn't reserve seats? Apparently there's only room for 4. He looked past me toward the glass-walled room, then back at me. Give me 5 minutes. 10 minutes later, Ben and I were seated at the best booth in the restaurant. Fireplace view, plush leather seating, soft jazz playing overhead. A waiter in a tuxedo vest introduced himself like we were VIPs. I ordered Ben whatever he wanted. Steak, mac and cheese, fancy lemonade with the metal straw. We laughed. We talked about school, about his drawing class, about anything but the table across the restaurant, but I could see them. Every time Lauren glanced over and saw me smiling, saw Steve stopping by our table to chat, her expression tightened. Halfway through dinner, Paul walked over, wine glass in hand, that permanent smirk on his face. Didn't think we'd see you here, he said. I looked up. You mean after you told me there were no seats? He laughed like we were sharing a joke. Come on, man. It's not that deep. Lauren's just particular about her party planning. It's just numbers, right? I stared at him. Just numbers. Look, he said, lowering his voice. Maybe next time just check in before showing up. Check in. Like I needed permission to see my own family. I stood slowly. Thanks for stopping by, Paul. Our dessert's about to arrive. He shrugged and walked back to their table. Lauren whispered something to him. They both laughed. That's when I made the call. I flagged down Steve. How hard would it be to replicate that dessert? I pointed toward their table, where a sparkler-topped cake was being rolled out for the twins. He raised an eyebrow. You want the same one? No, I said. I want it bigger. Way bigger. Make it theatrical. I'll cover it. Steve grinned. I'll see what I can do. 20 minutes later, the lights dimmed slightly, just enough for the room to notice. 2 servers wheeled in a cart so massive it barely fit between tables. On top was a 3-tier dessert monstrosity. Molten lava cake, brownie towers, ice cream balanced with chocolate shards, caramel drizzle, strawberries dipped in actual gold flakes. On top, a fondant plaque read, "To the best dad and the coolest kid." The entire restaurant gasped. Phones came out. People started clapping. A line of sparklers ignited around the base. It looked like a Vegas show. Ben's eyes went wide. Dad, this is insane. Across the room, Lauren's face completely froze. Steve appeared beside me. Enjoy, gentlemen. It's on the house. I blinked. Wait, what? He smiled. Your story stuck with me. Consider it a manager's privilege. Ben dug in, giggling. Chocolate smeared across his cheek. I could see Lauren staring daggers from across the room, her jaw tight, her purse clutched like a lifeline. Then came the real moment. Her waiter arrived at their table holding a black leather portfolio. He opened it in front of Lauren and Paul. I watched her face drain of color. See, here's what Lauren didn't know. Private dining rooms at Marcello's have a mandatory minimum spend of $3,000 on Friday nights, and when you don't hit that minimum, they don't cancel the charge. They just charge you anyway.